Only 12 countries recognize Taiwan's government. Why is this the case, and what are the implications for global diplomacy and security? The majority of nations, including major powers like the United States and the United Kingdom, maintain diplomatic relations with Beijing, implicitly accepting China's stance that Taiwan is part of a singular China. This stance, known as the One China policy, is crucial for diplomatic and economic relations with China, which boasts the world's second-largest economy. To navigate this delicate issue, these countries often use deliberately vague terms like self-governing island to refer to Taiwan. But why is even the Taiwanese government careful about declaring independence? Could the threat of Chinese invasion be that powerful? Indeed, China has repeatedly warned that any formal declaration of independence by Taiwan would be grounds for military action, a threat that has significant geopolitical implications. In this video, we will delve into these questions and more, starting with the rich and fascinating history of Taiwan and its evolving relations with mainland China. The early encounters and colonial era. Let's start in the 16th century, when adventurous European explorers first came across the island. Legend has it that Portuguese sailors, enchanted by its lush landscapes, exclaimed "Ilha Formosa," or beautiful island, upon seeing Taiwan in the late 1500s. Although the Portuguese never established a colony, the name Formosa stuck and was later adopted by European settlers. At that time, the island was inhabited by Malayo-Polynesian peoples who had no central authority. These tribes were known for their distinct hunting culture, which included headhunting. The heads of early Chinese settlers were particularly prized, seen as a mark of manhood and bravery among these tribes. In 1624, the Dutch became the first foreign power to establish a stronghold on Formosa, setting up a base in the south. 2 years later, the Spanish arrived in the north, but the rest of the island remained under the control of indigenous tribes, including the powerful Midag Kingdom in the west. The Dutch soon expelled the Spanish and extended their control over most of the island, although some central parts continued to resist. Lacking sufficient labor to sustain their colony, the Dutch encouraged mass migration from China, setting the stage for a significant demographic shift. The Ming Loyalists and Qing dynasty. European colonization was harsh and short-lived, lasting only a few decades. Following the fall of the Ming dynasty in China in 1644, loyalists to the deposed regime fled to Formosa. Among them was the famed military leader Cheng Kung, known in the West as Koxinga. With the support of local tribes, Koxinga successfully drove out the Dutch in 1662 and established the Kingdom of Tungning. This marked the first time Taiwan came under Han Chinese rule. Koxinga's vision was to use Taiwan as a base to eventually reclaim the mainland for the Ming dynasty, but this dream was never realized. After his death, the Qing dynasty gradually extended its control over the island, integrating it into the largest Chinese empire in history, which included Outer Mongolia, Tibet, and Xinjiang. Initially, the Qing showed little interest in Taiwan, but in 1885 they recognized it as a province. This name, interestingly, did not originate from China, but was derived from one of the island's aboriginal tribes. However, Taiwan's status changed dramatically after the Qing dynasty's defeat in the First Sino-Japanese War in 1895. The Treaty of Shimonoseki ceded Taiwan to Japan, marking the beginning of a new colonial era. The Taiwanese resisted both Chinese and Japanese rule, even briefly establishing the Republic of Formosa. However, Japan swiftly quelled this movement, and Taiwan became its first overseas colony, setting the stage for Japan's further expansion in Asia. Japanese rule and the Republic of China. During Japanese rule, Taiwan underwent significant changes. The Japanese developed infrastructure, introduced modern education, and integrated Taiwan more closely into the Japanese Empire. This period also saw the rise of industrialization on the island. Meanwhile, the Qing dynasty in China was crumbling, weakened by internal strife and uprisings such as the Boxer Rebellion in 1900. The fall of the Qing dynasty in 1911 led to the establishment of the Republic of China, which claimed sovereignty over Taiwan, despite the island being under Japanese control. The Republic of China established diplomatic relations with global powers and claimed territory that stretched from Outer Mongolia to Taiwan These borders are still used on the coat of arms of Taiwan's Marine Corps, but the central government, now under the nationalist Kuomintang Party, exercised weak control over the Republic of China, which was fragmented into rival fiefs ruled by military leaders or warlords. The early 20th century in China was marked by turmoil and the rise of competing ideologies. The Chinese Communist Party was founded in 1921 with support from the Soviet Union's Comintern. The Chinese Communist Party and the nationalist Kuomintang initially cooperated to defeat warlords and unify China during the Northern Expedition. However, their alliance was fraught with tension and eventually broke down, leading to a brutal civil war. After Japan's defeat in World War II in 1945, Taiwan was handed back to the Republic of China. But the civil war between the Kuomintang and the Chinese Communist Party resumed, culminating in the Communist Party's victory on the mainland in 1949 and the establishment of the People's Republic of China. The Republic of China government retreated to Taiwan, enforcing martial law for 4 decades. Taiwan's economic boom and democratic evolution. Initially, the Kuomintang aimed to retake the mainland, but gradually shifted focus to domestic reforms in response to the growing pro-democracy movement. Taiwan's economy flourished, particularly in the technology sector. By the mid-1980s, Taiwan had become a leading producer of computers and components, and today it dominates the global semiconductor market. Taiwan's stock market ranks 10th globally with a market capitalization surpassing those of South Korea and Australia. The economic boom of Taiwan during this period is often referred to as the Taiwan Miracle. The country's GDP grew at an average rate of 8.7% per year from 1961 to 1990, transforming it into one of the 4 Asian tigers alongside Hong Kong, Singapore, and South Korea. Modern day, a democracy versus autocracy. Taiwan's vibrant democracy contrasts starkly with China's autocratic regime. After a period of reform and opening up initiated by Deng Xiaoping in the late 1970s, China has taken a more authoritarian turn under Xi Jinping. Xi has declared that the complete reunification of China and Taiwan is inevitable, despite the fact that Taiwan has never been under Communist Party control. For Xi, reunification would be the final chapter in Mao Zedong's vision. Taiwan, however, stands as a testament to the compatibility of Chinese culture with liberal democracy, posing a significant ideological challenge to the Communist Party. Taiwan's successful democratic transition was marked by the lifting of martial law in 1987 and the first direct presidential election in 1996, making it the first Chinese-speaking country to achieve such a milestone. The future of Taiwan remains a crucial issue in international relations, not only because of its strategic location, but also due to its pivotal role in the global technology supply chain, particularly in semiconductor manufacturing. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, alone controls over 50% of the global market for semiconductor foundries, making it an indispensable player in the tech industry. This dominance makes Taiwan's stability a matter of global economic security. Moreover, Taiwan's democratic success story stands in stark contrast to China's authoritarian model, highlighting the potential for democratic governance in Chinese society. This ideological battle extends beyond borders, influencing global perceptions of governance and human rights. As tensions rise, the question looms: could the situation in Taiwan be a flashpoint for broader geopolitical conflict? The stakes are high, with potential impacts on international trade, military alliances, and global technological advancements. In the face of these challenges, Taiwan continues to thrive, demonstrating resilience and innovation. Its journey from a war-torn island to a tech powerhouse and a vibrant democracy serves as an inspiring narrative. The world watches closely as Taiwan navigates its complex relationship with China, balancing on a knife edge between peace and potential conflict. The outcome of this delicate balance will shape not only the future of Taiwan, but also the geopolitical landscape of the 21st century. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and support Economic Insights on Patreon. The link is down below.